My name is Keisha McPherson, and I am one of the founders and directors of Empowered to Be International. I spent 1 year teaching in Jamaica at the University of West Indies, and I believe that that year in Jamaica is what really brought me into a direction where I wanted to focus on giving back.
She saw the need for literacy development and the need for children to be at an acceptable reading level.
It just made me think that, how do I use my resources in order to help this situation? How do I do that? So I thought of a camp situation because everybody loves camp.
And so she had simply asked if I wouldn't mind volunteering in Jamaica over the summer. That was pretty much, I would say, the starting point.
It just seemed like the thing to do, so we took a leap of faith and we did it.
One day there was a soccer player who woke up in his bed.
Year one was a very small year, and we started at the MX3 lawn, which is a big open area.
Keisha's uncle was kind enough to be able to grant us the space to be able to do the camp. So it was by no means a school setting or anything like that at all.
I remember it being very humble beginning, sitting on the ground, no desks, no big setup.
When I really look at it from where Power to Be was to now, we've really made big improvements.
In terms of numbers, we've gone from 30 the first year all the way up to last year we had 120. This is the 7th year of Camp Power to Be. There's a number of different programs that we've been running over the last 7 years, and because we've been in the community for so long, over 7 years, we've expanded the programs that we've offered.
Our main focus is literacy, mainly because we felt that was more like a targeted need, especially among a lot of the children and youth.
Does anybody know what optimism is?
We also infuse a lot of character development in our teaching as well. So, we teach the students the importance of being respectful and how to communicate and how to be responsible, how to be honest, trustworthy. And so these are the themes that we have made sort of like a mission throughout every year to be able to focus on with our students.
You rock, Tiara. Okay, so it's an exclamation mark. So we say, no, she said no.
Our goal is to create an atmosphere of positivity and to kind of make that space a fun space where they want to be and to encourage them to grow and become the best version of themselves.
I think my favorite thing is the morning motivations. After the first 2 days, I wasn't sure how it was going to fit. I had no idea how it was going to be received.
When I say proud of me, you say confident. Proud of me. Confident.
So by the third day, when the kids started jumping in and saying, when I say, I said, okay, this is working. They're getting it. They understand.
I said proud of me, you say sure. Proud of me, no. Proud of me, no.
They're exuding confidence and they're exuding unity as they do these morning motivations.
So every Friday we have a big event, it's like the carnival, where they dance around in masks and try to have a parade. And then the talent show, we really enjoy the talent show. It's the last culminating activity before we end the program.
From this moment.
We've been doing the leadership camp separately in terms of gender-specific groups now for 3 years.
Girls in Jamaica, growing up in Jamaica, have specific issues and they don't really have a space just for girls and for them to think critically about their gender and how it relates to society at large.
Basically, it's just teaching them just appropriate life skills to deal with the issues that they're facing here. And so we do a lot of work with conflict resolution. We talk about anger management.
That gender roles, self-esteem.
We need to do things that take care of ourselves, that make us feel beautiful.
Issues such as sexual violence and sex and consent.
When sex is not consensual, what is it? Every single time.
If they say, I'm not ready to do this, right? That you respect that decision, right?
Anti-oppression becomes the overarching theme for the program, and we sort of embed everything into an anti-oppressive framework.
Think about what it might mean to be anti-oppressive, right?
We embedded it into all of those other workshops. So all of that sort of comes together, giving the boys and the girls an opportunity to talk about these issues independently or within their gender-specific groups, as well as together. 2 guest speakers came into the leadership program. Carla Moore, who did workshop on dancehall, and she talked a lot about dancehall messaging and whether or not we accept those messages.
So once again, we come to another double standard. It's okay for men to talk about sex. It's okay for men to talk about their sexual exploits. It's okay for men to overestimate their sexual exploits.
We're teaching youth to kind of look at the music, enjoy it, obviously, but pay attention to what the words are saying and then not to live by that code.
Big up my mother, as she run the place hotter than a car tire. Yeah, no. Big up the girls, them sire, and them are the future mother.
It's very important that as young people, we recognize that we have a serious purpose, you know?
Stepa came in from the Step Forward Foundation, and he was fantastic. He led a workshop on creative writing, and he also did a workshop for the literacy kids. This was really a really interesting way for us to engage the youth and sort of focus on some of the things that they can do for themselves. Volunteering is one thing, but the service learning portion is really our attempt to ensure that we're not doing a voluntourism type of experience, that the volunteers are not coming here just so that they can volunteer in Jamaica and to go to the beach.
Jamaica is not like Toronto, and it's important that if we're going to go somewhere and help people, that we understand the culture.
We include a workbook which sort of helps to touch on some of the things that we want them to learn and to understand. We also make it a point to include speakers and guests that are directly connected to Jamaica.
My favorite service learning activity is the workshop on privilege.
What are some of the automatic assumptions you might be making about the communities and people you're interacting with?
And it's an issue that pervades through every aspect of life.
We're not responsible for how the world is and the way it's constructed and the way we are, but we are responsible for how we maintain those constructions.
3 native populations, so the Caribs, the Tainos, and the Arawaks.
So we went to Fort Charlotte, and if he was able to walk us around, it's like you could feel the life that used to be there. It was just absolutely amazing.
We got to have a deeper understanding of their culture and where they're coming from and how to tackle those difficult topics with less of a cultural barrier.
I'm actually crying. I came with no expectations and I left like, oh my god, I don't want to leave.
I'm gonna be crying all day. It's the best experience I've ever had in my life, especially like being Jamaican too, because we're both Jamaican. It's just like I have so much more love for my culture after experiencing this.
I feel full of life again.
We have so much in ourselves and so many things that we could do with ourselves that we don't realize because we're not challenged to do those things, but we all have the power to be anything that we want to be.
My self-esteem was really low. They made me feel like better about myself.
It just show me I can do anything.
Thank you, Power to Be. Thank you, Power to Be, and I would like you to be here next year again.
Thank you, Power to Be, and thank you, Tisha, and thank you, volunteers, and thank everybody.
I want to tell Tisha thank you for the 6 years at camp, and I hope I'll see more.
Thank you, Power to Be!
I've seen where the Power to Be has really touched the lives and impacted the lives of the students. I mean, for some of these students, this is really the only thing that they look forward to every year is when the Power to Be is coming. And so I think that it would be a great opportunity to be able to have other children to be able to have that opportunity as well.
We believe in the work that we're doing. We believe in those smiles in their faces. We believe in all of the things that makes the work rewarding and that allows us to continue to do what we wanted to do. At the end of the day, why we do it still remains the same, and every single time we do it, even though when we get tired, seeing those faces at the end of the day, hugging those students at the end of the program, for example, keeps us coming back year after year. The fact that we're on year 7 and we're planning year 8 really makes me excited. So I'm just hoping that people will see what we're doing, believe in what we're doing, because we are the real deal, and continue to support us through volunteering, through donations, or in any capacity that they possibly can.